Hello everyone, this is Mila and today I would like to talk about one case example in social class which is the use of Bahasa Jaksel. So without any further ado, let's get started. People are classified to their social class which involves grouping them together and assigning them a social standing based on the groups to which they belong. Wealth, educational attainment, occupation, income, and membership in a subculture or social network are basic and general categories that used to divide society into social class in common. The characteristics that mostly used to define social class are power, wealth, and prestige. The degree to which a person may exert control over others is referred to as power. People's wealth is defined as the goods or symbols they own that have monetary value. Then, the degree of respect, favorable regard, or importance accorded to a person by members of society is referred to as prestige. But nowadays, society are also commonly classified based on which language they use and the way they speak to others. Humans are social creatures who always use language as their media to communicate with others. So humans and language cannot be separated. Without language, the social environment cannot be realized. Even language is what distinguishes between humans and animals. Language, as a medium that has systems and subsystems that are understood equally by all language speakers. But the language becomes diverse and varied because everybody speaks in a different language, although they are in the same speech community. The diversity or variation of language occurs not only because the speakers are speaking in the different language, but also the social interaction activities they do are very diverse. The example of variation of language could be seen in Indonesia, and it is the use of Bahasa Jaksel which becomes popular nowadays. Recently, the use of the words which is, basically, and literally suddenly becomes popular and are called with Bahasa Jaksel. Bahasa Jaksel itself is a code mixing term by Indonesian netizens for a mixed language between Indonesian, English, and Betawi dialects in form of writing or even speaking. The use of this mixed language is also identified with the geographical location of South Jakarta itself. Actually, those words are the basic and common form of vocabulary in English, but those words become popular because those words are mixed with Indonesian. The trend of using mixed language does not only happen in South Jakarta. This trend also happens in other areas of Jakarta as well, even outside of Jakarta such as Surabaya. But for some reasons, this trend only identical to people who live in South Jakarta. This might happen because people who live in South Jakarta are often used as a reference for other people from another region from the way they dress to the way they speak. Bahasa Jaksel also uses acrominization and language metathesis. In linguistics, this kind of language mixing is known as code mixing. Based on the definition of linguistics, code mixing is the use of language units from one language to another to expand the style of language or variety of languages. This includes the use of words, clauses, idioms, greetings, and others. Some people scoff at this linguistic style trend, which they believe is disrespectful to the state language and does not express nationalism. However, other people believe that this language mix phenomenon could occur for a variety of causes. Devi Rahmawati, for example. Devi Rahmawati is a socio-cultural observer from the University of Indonesia, which stated that this phenomenon did not appear without reason. According to her, mixing languages is a hierarchical symbol that shows social status, education, and honor. She explained that in this global era, speaking English, which is an international language, is an unavoidable necessity. Everyone is required to be able to speak an international language to communicate and negotiate with anyone around the world. In Indonesia, She said that English is applied by mixing it with the mother tongue. The merging of these two languages attracts attention because it is considered different from good and correct Indonesian. Then we have Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira in his blog also stated that language development cannot be separated from phenomena that occur in society. Every day we adapt to many new trends. There are many films, songs, and books from various cultural backgrounds that we observe every day. We also socialize with different people and each of them brings different references. Bahasa Jaksel is a phenomenon that occurs in the context of non-formal spoken variety. According to him, language mixing, acronymization, and language metathesis are not habits that can cause a bad impact on Indonesian as long as the speakers still use them in the appropriate context. Bahasa Jaksel cannot be used as a standard for someone's intellectuality, but Bahasa Jaksel can be used to guess with whom the speakers interact and where they live in. In conclusion, language mixing is a hierarchical symbol that conveys social class, education, and dignity. One example of language mixing is Bahasa Jaksel, and it can be used to categorize people into their social class. Bahasa Jaksel has no negative impact on society or Indonesian itself as long as the speakers who use this linguistic strand do it in the appropriate context. Bahasa Jaksel cannot be used to assess a person's intelligence, but it may be used to determine who this language strand speakers interact with and where they live. And this is the references. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention and goodbye. See you next time.